So let us revisit the sad tale of a UFC fighter, an ex-UFC champion, Jamal Sweet Dreams Hill. Boy, I haven't said that name or heard that name in months, maybe half a year. And it's for good reason. Jamal Hill, after winning, his UFC title at the light heavyweight division, experienced one of the most devastating declines I've ever seen a UFC fighter have. And to this day, he's still delusional about it. He still actually feels he's a better fighter than Alex Pereira, the guy who knocked him out within seconds. Granted, it was a bit of a controversial knockout given how Herb Dean had just let the two fight. And, Jamal Hill was still kind of focused on what Herb Dean was doing rather than what Alex was doing. And it allowed for Alex to step in and land a hell of an uppercut that sent Jamal Hill to the sweet dreams zone. But still, when you're a good fighter, when you're a champion, you have to be aware of moments like that. You cannot take your eye off the ball, and that's what Jamal Hill did. And then afterwards, he just experienced a swift decline. I would consider this decline much like, Gilbert Burns's or Israel Adesanya's, where, the mental capability is still there, but the physical aspect is what can never really be redeemed. Physically, they're just not able to perform at the level they were at previously. And the same thing is happening with Jamal Hill. Is there a future for him at light heavyweight? Doesn't look like it. I would recommend a move to heavyweight. If I'm in Jamal Hill's corner or I'm a trusted person of Jamal Hill, I'd advise him to move to the heavyweight division and test his luck there. Light heavyweight just isn't the division for him anymore, and he's ineffective at the division. He's got to see if he can tack on more power and be effective somewhere else. If not light heavyweight, maybe try middleweight. Maybe try to cut all that weight down, get rid of that gut, and fight light. Maybe that'll turn him into an absolute monster. I still think Jamal Hill's boxing isn't bad. I think he's got skills to be successful. It's just, I don't know whether it's conditioning. It's some bodily/physical aspect that just seems irredeemable at this point. And, call it whatever you want to. It's something physical that just can't be fixed. And maybe it can if he chooses to switch to a different weight class. But right now, it is one of the sadder stories, if not the saddest story, of a UFC fighter, for quite some time, or in quite some time. Overall, let me know what you think.